Welcome. I'm Bev Adams. I own an independent paper crafting business showcasing products from Stampin' Up. I sell the products I used in this project and also a few items to make crafting more convenient. I have the free detailed directions for this project on my website. You'll see where to find that at the end of the video. So don't worry about taking notes. It's time to put stamps, ink, and paper together. I used the Parcels and Petals stamp set and the Perfect Parcels Dies, which you can get together as a bundle. I'm using Rococo Rose and some scraps of Mossy Meadow cardstock. My inks are Versamark, Mossy Meadow, and Rococo Rose. I'm using some of this pretty Rococo Rose, and they call this gathered ribbon, and I'll be using some copper Stampin' Emboss powder. The die set comes with some labels and some decorative elements, a tag topper, a couple of border dies. This is the piece that you'll need for the box that we're going to make. It doesn't look like it, but this will fit on 4 1/4 inches by 6 1/4. If you cut your cardstock in half at 4 1/4, you'll have a couple of large pieces left over. I am going to suggest to you that the most efficient way of cutting your cardstock is cutting it to 6 1/4. The extra that you cut off is quite usable for a card layer or maybe one of the card pieces that you'll need for the box. You will need 2 of these pieces for your box. And I've set my Stamparatus up with a template. So this is a half sheet of cardstock that I just cut out. Since I'm going to be using this for more than one box, I thought the Stamparatus makes things easy. I'm going to use Versamark. And when you're laying this out, this is the bottom of the box. This is the top of the box. So you want to stamp both of your box pieces there. Then if you want the ends decorated, you're going to move it down. And I've made myself another template for that end piece. And of course, I just realized I did not use my embossing buddy. It's a good idea to use your embossing buddy when embossing, to reduce the static for the embossing powder. And I'm pulling in a piece of scrap paper. A little flick. Really just need a tiny little bit because all of this goes back in the tub. And we'll use the heat tool on the high setting, the number 2. This is always like magic to me. You'll see that dry matte powder turn into shiny copper. Oh, I love embossing. Then we're going to stamp the flowers in Rococo Rose on the top, kind of randomly. Remember, the top is the kind of flat edge. And we do want to turn this around. If it goes down the side of the box, that's okay. Fill in with the Mossy Meadow and this little leaf. And then we want to fold on all the score lines. There are score lines everywhere you need, but I find it easiest to put it on a ruler or the edge of the table to get it started on those score lines. Some of these are easier than others. And there are these diagonals, and there's some diagonals here as well. And it's always better to stamp first so those creases don't interfere as much with your stamping. When you're using your bone folder on the embossed areas, you want to be gentle. Okay, we're ready to put it together. I'm going to suggest to you that the multi-purpose liquid glue may be your best bet. You could also use the tear and tape, but the tear and tape's just a little bit wider. You want to line up the creases. Hold this still for just a few seconds until it sets, and then gently fold it over, and this should all match perfectly. If you allow this glue to dry a little bit before you adhere it, it won't seep as much. I'm getting a little bit too much seeping here. You will want to put adhesive on just these triangle parts. Fold the sides down, fold these pieces down, and then close your box like that. And hold that and allow that to set a bit. Then when you open your box, these pieces kind of latch together and hold your box closed. This piece, you're going to fold one side down first and then the other, and tuck this into there are these ends here, and you're just going to tuck that in there. If you get it started by curling that down just a bit, it will be helpful. And the box is done. You can take it apart again and fold it flat to store it until you're ready. And there's just one more thing I want to do. I want to decorate the top. So I'm going to make a bow. I'm going to use my friend's bow maker. You could make a bow by just tying it around like that and adjusting it, and that will work. But my friend's bow maker makes perfect bows every time. So I'm going to wrap it around, and the ribbon piece that goes over the top is going to go under and through the posts. Bring it around to the front, adjust your ends if you need to, and just tie a knot. And it makes perfect bows every time. And we want a couple of sprigs, so just punch out your Mossy Meadow cardstock with a couple of sprigs. And you're going to pick one of these sides, it doesn't really matter, to be the top side. So we're just going to put the sprigs in the middle. And we'll put a couple of glue dots. We want a glue dot in the middle between those two sprigs, and we want a couple of other glue dots on the same very top edge of the box. We want to hold the ribbon down sturdy. And one coming this way, but not all the way to the end. So I've got that maybe 1/4 of an inch from the end. And we're going to adhere the ribbon. And we want the ribbon to be about halfway. and it will go around the box. And we will probably need to snip the ends a bit, but we still can put our box together. Put the side without the ribbon on it down first, tuck those ends, and trim the ribbon if you need to. And there is your box. Here's the web address for this project where you'll find the free detailed directions and links for the products I used. Just click the links and you'll be taken to my online store at Stampin' Up! Click Home near the top of my page and you'll find lots of resources. Under Shop, I have tips for online shopping, frequent shopper rewards, and products I offer to help you stay organized. Share my Evernote notebook for a nominal contribution. It functions as a fully searchable catalog. I offer a cardstock sampler, taggers to help you identify those dies with lots of similar shapes, heavy-duty bags to store 12x12 and 6x6 paper, and a bow maker. Inspiration takes you to all my projects. If you're new to stamping, you might want to look at the basics. You'll find how to cut card bases and layers, what's special about Stampin' Up! Stamps, and some of my favorite tools. Under Organization, you'll find catalog tabs, labels, and case inserts, a practically free stamp pad storage solution, a basic toolkit, color charts by alphabet, color family, and rainbow order, products by color, and RGB codes, and you can take a tour of my craft wall. More organization means more time for crafting. Come stamp with me here in Ventura County, California, or get the best deal of all and join my team of crafters. The team is called SIP Together, and it stands for Stamps, Ink, and Paper Together. The team is made of crafters who want to save money on the products they buy, share with a few friends, or to grow a business like mine. Be sure to subscribe to my website and on YouTube. I'd love to hear your comments. Thank you for joining me. Talk to you soon. Bye.